And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and health, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace. No matter what you're facing, we're going to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
We want you to save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372.
Baby, don't forget my number.
We want you to bookmark our website as well, consumerqb.com. You'll see a lot of information on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, 80-plus show partners that we bring on the show. We vetted, and they are the best in their industry, consumer advocates that are going to help you win. And you can also submit a form. There's a contact form because we want to engage with you. We want to network with you. We want to help you with whatever you're facing at consumerqb.com. And we got an all-star lineup here. It's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Back in studio, my man Abe Moussa. He's the president and CEO of Total Title Solutions. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you. Glad to be back. Thanks for the invitation.
Yes, sir.
Just looking at Mike here, looking at me about intelligence. Of course, I am intelligent. Mike, she was talking about me. But anyway, listen, we just want to cap the year, say thank you for a wonderful year we had last year. Talk about our great party for the customer appreciation we had at Ruth Eckerd Hall. And of course, I'd love to introduce Michael Sutton here and of the work that they do for Habitat for Humanity. And I think it's a great cause. And we're also proud that we are part of it. I think we're finishing up in house sometime this week as well, right?
That's right.
So that's what we got for the year, Brandon.
Awesome. Yeah, good stuff. You know, we'll talk about title closings, real estate closings, some of the mistakes that people make trying to do it on their own for sale by owners, not getting surveys. We'll dive into some of that as well. And also Mike Sutton in the house, CEO, Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, thanks for having us.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
It. Yeah,
absolutely.
So just excited to talk a little bit about the work that Habitat for Humanity is doing throughout Pinellas County as well as throughout Tampa Bay. Partnering with amazing organizations like Abe and his restaurant, intelligent folks like Abe.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Yeah.
Bringing that expert contributor content to the show, and you know, we talk about it, you know, as well. Before the show, we were talking about Warwick Dunn. You know, Warwick Dunn's been on the show about 3 years ago now, but you know, the ability to bring in folks like that, they're going to be able to, you know, gather some income, gather some influence, bring in a down payment, and then Habitat has a unique program. I think it's about 400 hours that the folks have to bring in to be able to be eligible for a property.
Yeah, 350 to 450 hours that they invest of their own time.
Yeah.
It's well-oiled machine. I mean, really, it's like there is a misconception out there. I mean, I hope, I'm pretty sure Mike is not going to be able to brag about his organization as much as I do, but I've seen it on the inside and out. It's pretty well-organized, machine, really.
Yeah.
It's not just a charity of some sort. They have to work for it. The organization that goes behind it to produce these good quality homes and the responsible for it is unspeak of, and how many people are involved.
That's awesome.
You know, there's the misconception that we give away free homes, and so you know, that's the one thing that we try to get the word out about the most is that these homeowners purchase the home and they work very hard and invest a lot of time to get to that point of home ownership. Yeah.
So we'll dive deeper into that and talk about how that rolls out, and you know, Habitat for Humanity thinks, again, you know, that's great, and also Dr. Gil Mejia in the house as well, Medical Director, Rejuvenate Your Life. Welcome in.
Thank you so much. As you can see, we are a wellness center. We do nutrition, anti-aging, functional medicine. But today we're going to be talking about hormones in relation to weight loss. So stay tuned.
Yeah, hormones, it's one of those factors that it's kind of behind the scenes in a lot of people's idea. They think more superficial. They're thinking about, you know, maybe, you know, different commercials that, you know, and let's face it, these days we're bombarded with so much commercial activity. That's why, you know, in the intro of the show, it's going against the nonsense in the mainstream media, you know, is our show. And when you think about that, hormones are a vital part, but they're just maybe in the back seat whenever there's the conversation of health comes up.
Right.
Yeah. So you know when you're looking at that with some of the folks, we'll dive deeper into it and talk about how these can help people live a better life, increase libido, increase lean muscle mass. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to proper hormone balance.
Right. That's what we're going to be talking in a while.
Awesome.
One question for the doc. How much kombucha can I drink? I cannot find that on the internet for some reason.
Kombucha. You know anything about kombucha?
Kombucha, not that much. I know I drink some of it, but it's supposed to be good and natural.
I know it's supposed to be that way, but how much can I drink? Like, I've been very addicted to that lately for some odd
Do
reason.
you have it on tap at Abe's place?
I'm going to create one.
Yeah. Yeah, I buy it from the store, from Publix as well. And my fiance actually used to make it, like literally grow the kombucha. The definition is what? A symbiotic organism, something.
Of yeast and colony of yeast and bacteria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'd walk in and I'd see all these things on the kitchen, and I'm like on the kitchen counter. I'm like, what are all these things? But then as I learned more about it, it has a lot of benefits, a lot of health effects, and the benefits of kombucha. And now it's you walk into the stores, the Publix, the grocers, and you find it, and but I'm with you. I like it. I drink it.
What I recommend if you want to drink a lot of those is look at the nutritional facts, because some of the kombucha has a lot of sugar.
Right. Yeah, be careful with the sugar. That's one thing I do. I'll cut it with water. I'll put like a 50-50 mixture of water.
Okay, that's it. I'm not talking to you. You just ruined it.
Well, you like the flavor? Which flavor do you like? Which one do you like?
Ginger.
Yeah.
That is my
pretty
go-to.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Cool. Well, yeah, we'll talk about health, nutrition here on the show, and that's what we want to do is if you're maybe a first-time listener of the show, or you're just kind of tuning in after a while, the goal of this show is to connect you with professionals, folks that can help you live a better life, ranging from business to finance to health and nutrition, and so that's the goal. We want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, and your health will, and each spoke extending out, representing another one of our expert contributors, the folks that we bring on the show, and we bring these current events, topics, things happening in the news, kind of sorting through a lot of the nonsense out there that you'll find, and that's the goal of our show. And we always start off with a little bit of personal development. I'm a public speaker as well, professional speaker, and published author. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves is available on Amazon, and we would love for you to check it out. And as a professional speaker, we're looking for opportunities to speak to groups or different organizations and bring a level of motivation and some insights to success and planning. So the one I have for today is, and we're going to have Peyton Manning help us call this audible. Sometimes in life you want to call that audible here. So what we're talking about today is the 6 P's. So you've got the 6 P's. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. So the 6 P's, think about that. Anytime you have a big event, you have some type of a strategy, some type of a goal that you're looking to implement. You want to make sure that you're planning properly. And a lot of times it's either the night before, if it's planning your day, or if it's a huge event, a bigger event, you're planning these weeks and months in advance. So what you want to do is think about how the subconscious mind works. When you set that goal in your mind and you focus on that, maybe you're doing affirmations, meditation, and you work toward that, what you want to do is set up these ideas. So you want a proper planning the night before. So the rule is think on paper. When you think on paper, you get it out of your head, you put it onto paper. There's something magical that happens between that transformation of it becoming a thought onto the paper. It's becoming real. And there's a rule called the 10-90 rule. Says the first 10% of the time that you work on the task, where maybe it's just organization, getting all the tools, materials all together, doing the research. Once you lay that out, what you'll find is that you can save up to 90% of the actual job time getting the job done just by having the proper prior planning in place. So the rule is think on paper. That's a crucial element of your success in life, business, whatever your endeavors are. So there's your quarterback drill, 2-minute drill from the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's jump right into it. Abe Moussa back in studio. Been a while.
I know. I'm sorry. I haven't been invited. I think I talked too much the last time, and you guys didn't invite me back.
No, not true. You've been invited. I know you've been invited. So,
I got a few topics today. You mentioned earlier about the for sale by owner, which is the harder the market it gets, the people, they all want to sell their own houses. Of course, our first advice will be hire the professionals, but if you're insistent on doing so, the least you could do is run a prelim search about your property. Even though you're the seller,
right,
you should really run a prelim search on it. So I have an incident that somebody reached out to me all the way from Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
They're trying to sell their home, and they've been in the house for over 20 years, right? Well, now they cannot sell it because there is a second line or a home equity line that was open on the property 100 years ago that was paid off and closed, but there was no satisfaction. So there's delay in the closing.
They did not file the satisfaction
No,
mortgage.
they did not. And try to find the bank right now. This has been going on for almost 60 days. So they reach out to me to say if there's my company could do something about it, which is we're going to try all the channels. But had they run the prelim search before they listed the home, they would have saved themselves a lot of agony.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. And speaking of the home equity loan, the new tax bill that just passed, the home equity loans are not tax deductible.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We talked about that a little bit. So there were some changes in there, and I think that's one that kind of it kind of hurts to lose that. But I think the intention there is, hey, we don't want consumers, we don't want homeowners using their home equity lines as a credit card, going out and buying stuff that's not really attached to the home. It's not a security.
Well, I mean, it is attached, but I mean, why is it not tax deductible? I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. But at that point, I mean, our advice to people is just don't open it. You're not going to get the benefit of it. Might as well refinance if you want to take the money out, because there is times you really do need it. I mean, what if you want to put a $40,000-$50,000 kitchen in there? I mean, remodel has become extremely expensive. So refinance is right now is the option to take some equity out and put some money back into your home.
Yeah, do it now before the rates continue to hike. We'll definitely visit that as well. We're keeping you updated on all things real estate, mortgage, credit, finance here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And when we come back, more from our expert contributors, and we have our Name That Tune coming up later in the show as well. Name That Tune. All songs from today's list are from artists who performed at the halftime of the Super Bowl. And so Justin Timberlake performed at this year's Super Bowl. We're going to talk about that, as well as Tesla is turning 50,000 homes in South Australia into power generators at no cost to residents. So stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times, Top Agent Magazine, the Business Journal. Just did a Take 5 video series with the Orlando in Orlando with the Florida Realtor Association over there, talking about the radio and TV show marketing. And got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. Compliments of our premier sponsor, Platinum MVP Realty, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. We've got a property here in Valrico. It's 4408 River Close Boulevard in Valrico. This is in the Bloomingdale subdivision section of the Valrico. 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, over 3,150 square feet, $299,000 list price. Beautiful pool home, split floor plan, lots of upgrades at River Close Boulevard in Valrico. A great buying opportunity. Check out Platinum MVP Realty for all of your buying needs, and of course, listing properties is our specialty as well. We want to help you with that. There's a lack of inventory out there. If you'd like a value check on your home, text the word value to our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line, 813-670-7372.
Here's my number, so call me maybe.
And we want to give a shout out to our restaurant partner. Brio Tuscan Grill is our official restaurant partner here in Tampa Bay. Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. You will discover an Italian menu, signature drinks, a cozy atmosphere at Brio Tuscan Grill. And we just did a live event over there. Had a lot of fun with the staff and the folks kind of engaging, walking by. It's pretty cool. Had fun over there. Brio Tuscan Grill. Now, all you have to do is mention the Real Estate Quarterback Show, and they're going to hook you up with a free water with lemon every time you go. They're going to take care of you over there. All right, back here in studio, we're helping you win. Abe Moussa in the house, Total Title Solutions. We've got Mike Sutton. He's the CEO for Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County, and Dr. Gil Mejia. He's the medical director of Rejuvenate Your Life, coming up as well. So let's go ahead and let's bring Mike into the conversation as well, Mike. So, Habitat is doing a lot of good in the community. I think we all see that. Yeah. There's a lot of misnomers that are happening. When you look at real estate and mortgage, there's a lot of misnomers. So you had mentioned that a lot of times people think that it's a free home that's being given out, and I kind of see that with Warwick Dunn when I bring that up sometimes. I'm talking about it as, Warwick gave away a home. Well, not really. He gave the down payment, which is great, not taking anything away from that. Sure. But ultimately, there's some misconceptions. So, that's what I wanted to hit on this, what's the misconceptions and how can people get involved?
Yeah. So, obviously when the media covers some of the stories that Habitat's doing, there's nothing exciting about Habitat sells another home. So, there's typically the approach of Habitat giving away homes, and, that's what you tend to read about. Right. But it couldn't be further from the truth. So the families we partner with, they're typically coming from a place where they make too much money to qualify for any government assistance, but they don't make enough to qualify for a traditional home loan. And so that's where Habitat steps in. So it's all about affordable housing, providing them with an opportunity to own their own home. Yep. And Habitat does that with a 0% interest loan. And so our homeowners are paying from the day they move in, they're paying down the principal on that mortgage, and they're building equity, generational wealth for them and their children. And they're also contributing to the tax base. So, our homeowners in Pinellas County last year contributed almost $500,000 to the tax base, which, we're very proud of. And so, getting stats out like that really helps people to understand that Habitat's not a giveaway program. Yeah, absolutely. And you work with local businesses like Abe Moussa here, our very own Abe of Total Title Solutions. I mean, you got projects going on. Yeah. You need volunteers. You need help. You need business owners that want to help volunteer and coordinate.
I've kind of been paying to work with. I mean, I'll fully admit to that one, but I think his other partners really do well.
Well, in Pinellas County last year, we built 60 homes. And so we can't do that without amazing partners and a huge volunteer base. And so we have anywhere from 15 to 20 homes going on at any time. And so we're always looking for volunteers. It takes about 1,000 volunteer hours to build each Habitat home. So you do the math, Pretty substantial amount of volunteers we'll need over the course of the year to build all these homes.
Yeah, and you think about it in this busy life that we have, it seems like it's the busiest, fastest pace of human evolution that we've ever seen. So, how special is that of a person to take the time out of their Saturday or their Sunday, or even during the week? I think you do it as well. What a special reward that person's going to see, if you believe in, karma and those types of things. I mean, to take the time and go and help out, that's a big thing.
Well, the thing we talk a lot about is the tangibility of the work that we do at Habitat. I mean, you're able to come out and work on the house with the homeowner.
Right.
So the homeowner's out there putting in sweat equity hours. And so, and being able to see at the end of the day, the work that you put in is really, it's rewarding. And it's something that you really feel like, wow, I've given back to the community and I see it.
Certainly, yeah, it's a tangible benefit, and that's why we talk about, this show used to be called the Real Estate Quarterback Show. We kind of switched it to Consumer Quarterback Show, but that's our root is because real estate is such a powerful part. It's a driver in the economy. It's a builder of wealth and the legacy transformation of wealth. And when you look at that, the ability to work with Habitat for Humanity here, we've got Mike Sutton in the studio. We've got Abe Moussa, Total Title Solutions here as well, and we're talking about how you can get involved as a consumer, a business owner out there, and the ability to help someone build a life, build a family, and it's much more than a house; it's more of a home.
Sure. And earlier you talked about the lack of inventory out there for real estate. I mean, think about it from an affordable housing standpoint. There's not a lot out there, and so we're always trying to be creative and look for new opportunities for us to be able to build homes. In St. Petersburg this past year, the average home cost was about $520,000. There's nothing affordable about that.
Yeah.
I mean, even a middle income family can't afford something like that. So that's really what we're trying to chip away at, is providing home ownership opportunities for the working class. And so, it's a challenge in today's market.
Yeah, it sure is. And we are talking about putting together an event. I think it's March 10th, Saturday, March 10th. Abe, we're going to put together an event. We've been talking with Ryan over there and down payment assistance. We talked with Wanda over there as well. And, because that's an area where there are a lot of people that fall in the kind of between that in-between space. They're not, they may make above 32 or 28,000, whatever the numbers are for this local municipality for those down payment assistance programs. And then yet they're not quite making enough. Their debt ratio is a little bit off to be able to buy maybe in the area that they want to be in. So the inventory is a problem. Some of the programs are a problem. And, ultimately it's a challenge that we can face and Habitat's been able to help in and jump in those areas.
Yeah, the debt to income ratio is really the thing that's kind of scary sometimes.
Right.
To see these homeowners that are paying 50, 60, 70% of their monthly income towards rent.
Right.
That's unaffordable.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's not sustainable,
Well, the rents are the big problem, and Harvard did a study about 5 years ago talking about the rents are rising, and they've continued to rise since then. And typically, it's about a 30% number that you can qualify for a mortgage on your own, buy a house, or you can pay about 30% higher for an equivalent asset of a property. Typically, that's the number that you see.
Yeah. And I think that's the struggle as the market continues to get stronger, which we're all happy about, right?
Right.
It makes it even harder and harder for working class families to be able to purchase a home.
Well, here, one thing I talk about as well is we have local lenders that are associated with our show. We want to support the local economy, the local title company, and you have the corporate climate, the political climate that we came out of in 08, 09, the mortgage meltdown. And then, so ultimately it's a big, huge power grab. You had the politicians, the bankers, all the lobbyists, everybody working together. And ultimately they caused a lot of people to lose their home. And then who came in and bought them up? The people that had money, the hedge funds, the people. So they came in, bought them up, raised the rents, maybe threw some granite in the kitchen and improve the property, which on one hand, that's great. They improved the neighborhood. They improved the property. They fixed the roof that they didn't have the means to do. There's these issues that were cleared, but ultimately, I hate to see what's happening is we talk about the consolidation. We're seeing it in the telecom industry as well. Consolidation in a lot of ways hurts the consumer, and that's who we're protecting here on the show.
Hurts innovation as well. Yes.
Yeah,
it does.
Innovation, the consumer. We had the net neutrality that just passed. I think
that's crazy. I cannot believe nobody's talking about that. Like, I'm angry about that. You asked me about why I'm angry earlier. I'm angry about that too. Okay. So yes,
Add that to
is
the list.
Crazy. Like, nobody's talking about this.
Yeah.
One more thing about Habitat, though, to give them to their credit, you don't realize how fast they build a home.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't. I've been involved in a subdivision. We're building homes in Pasco County. It started almost 3.5 years ago. We have not put a single brick on there. And Mike can put 60 homes in, I don't know, in a year. I mean, we should like, I don't know, have like a private meeting with him afterward.
Yeah.
But
Charge you though.
but as far as CDC, I think Brandon and Mike, I think we can pick his brain about how we can all benefit from the same community. I think we should really do that. Have just a meeting somewhere.
The CDC?
Yes, like all of us together. Like there's so
Yeah.
many other organizations, not just Habitat. I mean, you want to do something with a down payment assistance and help out.
Yeah.
You got Habitat, you have the CDC, you got a bunch of
Yeah.
people. I think if we all of us really get together and become responsible about what to produce, we can just maybe feed off each other or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll definitely do that. We'll network. We'll take advantage of what Napoleon Hill called the mastermind principle, right? Putting all the brains together and coming up with a better solution. So definitely stay with us when we come back. Dr. Gil Mejia, we're going to talk more about rejuvenation, how to live a better life, how to increase your satisfaction in a lot of different ways, in a lot of areas in life. We have our Name That Tune. We're going to have some fun with you on our Name That Tune. And also find out about Tesla turning 50,000 homes in South Australia into power generators here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll see you after this short break.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Trisha up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. And this segment is brought to you by Mary Maids. Our official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Mary Maids. Let Mary Maids take care of your winter cleaning. We know clean. Leave the details to us. Bonded, insured, custom cleaning projects, equipment supplied, reliable service, screened and trained employees, additional services, and the same team cleans whenever possible. And they are the winners of the Women's Choice Award. Reach out to Mary Maids. Let Mary Maids take care of your winter cleaning and leave the details to them. And they're going to help you be more productive. Healthy house, healthy life. and the indoor air quality is a big part of it as well. So Mary Maids, we're our official cleaning partner. Now check us out, consumerqb.com. Any questions, comments, concerns from the show, consumerqb.com. Just submit the form, and we have a hotline where you can reach out as well. Reach out to our hotline, the 6813-670-REQB, 670-7372, and you can reach out. In studio today, we've got Abe Moussa. He's the president of Total Title Solutions, also has a great restaurant in Clearwater, Abe's Place. Mike Sutton, he's the CEO for Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County. And we've got Dr. Gil Mejia as well in studio, medical director, Rejuvenate Your Life. And so Doc, I want to talk to you. Another one of the areas I love is health in my life, health and nutrition. I'm a former I started off my career as a personal trainer back in the day, and football, long time weightlifter, and into nutrition, and even worked at GNC at one point in my early career. So learned a lot about the body and the way that herbs and vitamins can help you. But you're taking that to a whole new level, today, utilizing some of the latest technologies, the latest in medicine to help people live a better life, and a lot of the benefits that you can experience from Rejuvenate Your Life.
That's true. But for today, we're going to be talking about hormones in relation to weight loss. As a weight loss specialist, a lot of my new patients are coming to see me very frustrated because they've been doing the right thing, but nothing seems to work.
Right.
And a lot of people think that weight loss is just about a simple math. Eat less, exercise more, and you're going to lose weight. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not really the truth.
Right.
Because especially when you reach that 40 years old, everything is going to be different. Whatever you do, you're going to start having weight gain.
Yeah.
And there's something to do with the hormones. But the question is, how do you know that you're having a hormone imbalance? Well, you have to look at your belly fat.
Right.
When you start having some belly fat, it's a key indicator that you're hormonally imbalanced.
Right.
Now, a lot of people think that belly fat is a dormant. Unfortunately, it's not. It's actually an active organ. Unfortunately, it's secreting a lot of bad chemicals that could cause heart attack, stroke, diabetes, obesity. So, yeah, pay attention with the belly fat.
Yeah, so the idea is to come in and get an overall test. Like I'm a client of yours. I've gone in. I did the full panel profile. We looked at everything from cholesterols to hormone levels to, walk us through that. What would a new patient expect if he comes in and sits down with you and does some of these entry level screenings?
Right. We do a comprehensive blood work, and talking about hormones. Hormones is a complex thing, but as far as weight loss is concerned, there's a couple of hormones that's associated with weight loss and weight gain, specifically insulin, cortisol, thyroid, testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. So let's start about cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, we know. And stress hormone, cortisol, is good, but unfortunately, if it's persistently high, it increases your appetite.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, you're going to have a problem sleeping because your brain continues to work even if you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So you wake up tired, your metabolism becomes slow.
Yep.
So with that, you're going to gain weight. So the question is, how are you going to get rid of persistent high stress or cortisol? Stress management is very important.
Right.
But one thing is that I always tell the patient to stop, thinking silly things, because if you continue to believe what you think, what you believe, what you see, it's going to be a stress for you, and it's going to be bad for your health ultimately.
Yeah, I like that. Controlling the thought, controlling the power of your mind. And the gym I work out at is Lifetime Fitness. It's attached to the mall at the International Plaza. And I thought it was interesting. We talked about this on the show. They did a press release that came out. They removed all of their negative programming from their monitors in their gym. So no more CNN, Fox, MSNBC. They removed all the news channels at the request of their members. So here's a health club kind of getting the link, understanding, hey, there's a link to what we're watching and what happens in our brain. And then you're saying it comes out in the form of stress.
Right.
And artificial stress at that. A lot of it is, it's like Stephen Covey talked about. It's the sphere of concern and the circle of influence. What can we actually control and influence versus what's going on in Washington, D.C. A lot of times we can't really, do a lot in that fight.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Did my wife call you and told you about all my problems?
Yes.
I mean, you're like describing me to the T here.
Now, as an internist, of course, I prescribe a lot of medications to lower your stress and anxiety, but unfortunately, it's not free of side effects.
Right.
The good thing, though, is that there is herbs that you could take, which work like prescription medication, but free of side effects. It's also non-sedating and non-addicting. And it's called Rejola and L-theanine. And
I've heard of that.
It's over the counter.
Yeah, so a lot of the over-the-counter stuff. And one of the things that came up in my profile was low in vitamin D. And I'm thinking, wow, really? I go out in the summer a lot. And, I'm in the sun a lot. But we wear the sunscreens. We wear the long sleeve shirts a lot of times. So the vitamin D. So these types of deficiencies, whether it's a vitamin, whether it's a hormone, these are going to affect your life. They're going to affect your everything from libido to energy levels. And ultimately, that's going to affect your income. If you're, a busy professional, the 5 o'clock hour hits the 4 or 5 o'clock hour, and you can't push through that.
Right, definitely. And the second hormone that's associated with this, as you know, is the thyroid hormone. As we get old, the thyroid become old too, but not just aging. If you're deficient with iodine, your thyroid is not going to function well. Unfortunately, before our bread is, fortified with iodine, but they substitute that with bromide now. And because of that, there is a competition in the receptors. You're not getting a lot of iodine. Also, too much chlorine, too much fluoride. You're going to have iodine deficient, leading to thyroid deficiency.
Wow.
Also, if you're allergic or sensitive to gluten, you could develop what we call autoimmune disease, that's Hashimoto's, that would self-destruct your thyroid.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things that we do for the thyroid. Again, the thyroid is the one for metabolism. If you look when we were young, or when you see your kids young, they play all day.
Yeah.
But as we get older, we're like a turtle. We're like slow and tired and sleepy. That's something to do with the thyroid too.
We slow down a lot. We stop playing. We stop having that curiosity in life that you find with a kid. We go to soccer on the weekends a lot of times, and to see the kids come up and one of our friends' kid, he comes up, he goes, "Look how fast I can run!" And I just remember those, and he's just running in circles around the tree and coming back, showing me how fast he can run. So you look at the challenges that we face these days with the processed diet, with the caffeine. With the sugary drinks. That's the challenge, and that's the effect that you're seeing come into your office every day, I'm sure.
Yes, the third hormone is insulin. Insulin is the hormone that processes sugars and carbohydrates. Unfortunately, we're eating too many carbohydrates, too many sugars, and once your insulin is high, you're going to gain a lot of weight, whatever you do. You're gonna, and not just that, it would lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, metabolic syndrome. So how do you lower your insulin? It's really nutrition. Cut back on your sugar and carbohydrates and increase your protein, increase your fiber.
Right. Protein and fiber, those are the good. And then also when you break down the carbohydrates, you got the simple sugars, simple carbohydrates, and the complex carbohydrates as well. You can break those down into two categories.
That's true. There's a low glycemic and a high glycemic carbohydrates that you could do. It's something to do also with if you add a lot of oil, if you add a lot of protein, if you add a lot of fiber in a carbohydrate, for example, a bread, then it becomes low glycemic. So if you have a bread, put a lot of olive oil in that.
Yeah.
Or put some butter in it.
Yeah.
Then it would be absorbed lesser.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. John likes that. He likes the butter, right? We talk about we go to Brio and eat after the show. He's nodding his head over there, likes the butter. But so when you look at that, so if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Dr. Gil Mejia, highly respected doctor here locally in Tampa Bay, office right on Limeball.
That's
Is it
correct.
right in Tampa? So you got an office there. Go in. If somebody wants a consultation, what's the process of that? If they wanted to come in and sit down with you for a consultation?
Well, we prefer doing the comprehensive blood work first before I see the patient, because I don't want to guess. I want to see. This is all about science.
That's
so
right.
I want to see the results.
Yeah. So that's the idea. If you're noticing some of these symptoms, maybe a loved one is noticing the symptoms. These are things that you can improve, and it's a way that you can utilize the latest technologies. And I've got to tell you, I'm feeling great after the meeting. I've had my best workout run. I think I worked out 8 of the last 9 days. So it creates, when you get on that track and you get that healthy kick going, you're more likely to wake up at 6 in the morning, hit the gym, get that momentum, and then when you do, now you're less likely to have that afternoon cookie, candy, snack, whatever it is. My problem is late at night I start getting the little snacks going. That's my challenge, Doc.
And
Confession.
Yes, and yes, testosterone for both men and women.
Yep.
Because as we get older, testosterone become low. Once your testosterone become low,
right,
you're not gonna have drive. You're
Right.
not gonna have any energy. Okay,
Right.
your focus, your concentration is not gonna be there. You're aching.
That's
So
right.
how can you think about nutrition and fitness if you're in that situation?
Right.
So we optimize testosterone of men and women in our office, and actually 76% of our patients on testosterone are female.
Yeah, and when we come back, I want to touch on that. I want you to mention some of the studies that talk about the testosterone level in correlation with Alzheimer's disease and
Right.
prostate cancers. I want you to mention that when we come back, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to jump into our Name That Tune, where we're going to have artists who have performed at halftime of the Super Bowl, and also we have our interesting story, our feel-good story of the week, and our story about 50,000 homes in South Australia that are turned into power generators at no cost to residents. So stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, former USF football player. I played on the inaugural football team at USF, Go Bulls, and a longtime quarterback on our sports teams. Now we're quarterbacking introductions to our expert contributors, over 80 show partners here with the Consumer Quarterback Show, where we're going to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. Giving a shout out to Chef Will Wagner. He's a healthy meal delivery service. Chef Will and his team conveniently deliver organic meals to your home or office, and we're talking paleo, ketogenic, vegan, and gluten-free kids menus that are available from Chef Will Wagner. And Chef Will Wagner, he's my chef, and he can be your family's chef too. So reach out to Chef Will Wagner through the Consumer Quarterback Show, 813-670-7372, 813-670 7372 or consumerqb.com. Just submit the email form at consumerqb.com. Hot listing I want to let you know about over on the beach. This one's on Mandalay, 1024 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. Beautiful property, $749,000. 2-bedroom, 2-bath property, over 1,800 square feet. And it's a split floor plan located in beautiful North Beach. You walk across the street and you are on the beautiful beaches of North Clearwater Beach. All right, in studio today, Abe Moussa. He's the president of Total Title Solutions. Mike Sutton, CEO for Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County. And Dr. Gil Mejia, Rejuvenate Your Life. He's a medical director and a local doctor here in Tampa Bay. So we're coming into our Name That Tune. But before, I wanted to talk about, Doc, you had mentioned before as well, where the hormone levels that folks have is highly correlated to Alzheimer's disease, prostate cancer. Talk to us about that.
Well, yeah, let's talk about our testosterone level when we were young, like when we were 20, 25. It's about 12, 15, 1700, depending on your genes.
Yep.
But unfortunately, after that, our testosterone dropped 1 to 2% every year, and it could drop more because of stress, poor sleep, radiation, surgery. But once your testosterone becomes less than 800, okay, you don't have any protection from Alzheimer's dementia. If your testosterone is below 800, you actually don't have any protection from prostate cancer.
Wow.
If your testosterone is below 700, you don't have any protection from osteoporosis. Once your testosterone is 600 and below, you don't have any protection from diabetes, from obesity, and that's when you start having the signs and symptoms of aging. And what are those? Fatigue, low energy, body aches, low libido, erectile dysfunction, migraine, joint pains, all of the above.
All of that stuff's going to set in. So reach out to Dr. Gil Mejia and reach out to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to put you in touch with our expert contributors here to help you. So every week we have a little fun with you here. So now we're going to jump into our Name That Tune. We're going to have some fun with our Name That Tune.
Ladies and gentlemen, name that tune.
All right, so these are songs from halftime. These are from artists who performed at the halftime of the Super Bowl. So as we know, Justin Timberlake performed at this year's Super Bowl. So see if you can name the tunes from the artists who have performed in the past Super Bowls. Bonus points if you can name the Super Bowl that they performed in. All right, so here we go. So song number 1 coming up here. We've got song number 1.
Aerosmith.
That's right. Aerosmith.
Okay, I'm sitting next. I was gonna Google it and cheat, but he's right there. So
that'd be a pretty fast Google if you could get that.
That was the Super Bowl here in Tampa.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
you got the extra bonus.
35, right?
Yep, that's right. Super 2001. That was the one.
Did you give him the questions first?
No, I didn't.
Come on, Abe.
And that was the Super Bowl too. We had Rob Higgins, the director of the Sports Commission, Tampa Bay, the Sports Commission here, talking about how we're competing to bring Super Bowl. By the way, we've got Super Bowl coming up in 2021 here in Tampa again.
Nice.
So we have in 2001. This was an interesting Super Bowl, and it was a strain on Tampa International Airport because you had 2 East Coast teams. I think we had Baltimore, the Ravens, and we had the Giants.
And the Giants, yeah.
Yeah, so think about the strain of the East Coast flights coming in and out. But, all right, here we go. So name that tune, having some fun. Song number 2. Old one. Old group. From the 70s, I think.
The Who?
Close. Very close.
I think of who else played this Super Bowl.
Can't get no satisfaction. The Rolling Stones.
Oh!
The Rolling Stones.
I didn't get it. I was actually thinking, I'm concerned about those two that they know that much about a Super Bowl from that long ago.
All right, here we go. Song number 3.
Tom Petty.
That, of course.
Yes, it is.
Hey, that was my...
Oh, sorry. Abe wanted to answer
Stole his thunder. Stole his thunder there. So that was a 2008 Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona. All right, so here is I'll give you guys a hint. This is a, what do you call them? The kids group, like a kids boy band.
Prince?
Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
He's running it. He's running it. 19.
I don't know anything.
I need to be on Music Jeopardy. Or Jeopardy.
Oh, wow.
Jeopardy.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. We may have found your
I
second
think
calling.
all these building with a headset on him, I think this is how he learned all that music. So kudos to Habitat.
And that was actually Super Bowl. It says the same one in 1991. So how can that be? They had Aerosmith and the New Kids on the Block?
No, Aerosmith was,
could be a typo.
I think, 2001.
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block was in 1991.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right.
That was also
Yeah.
in Tampa, though.
1991 Tampa. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That was the Whitney Houston year.
Seriously, I'm concerned about you. What?
Here we go. Next song.
Michael Jackson.
That's it. Michael Jackson.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. Pasadena, California. 1993.
Yep.
Okay, I'm really impressed now and concerned, of course, but impressed.
All right, so we're having some fun there on our Name That Tune.
Wow.
Name That Tune. And every week we want to tell you something positive. So we got something positive here to tell you in our Tell Me Something Good segment.
Tell me something good.
All right, so Tesla is turning 50,000 homes in South Australia into power generators at no cost to residents. So Tesla has signed a deal with the government of South Australia to install 50,000 solar power systems on homes at no cost. So the South Australia has suffered from blackouts in recent years amid fears of a looming energy crisis. Last year, Tesla CEO Elon Musk claimed that he could help solve the problem by building a giant battery farm within 100 days. The plan involves installing a 5 kW solar power panel and a Tesla Powerwall, 2 battery and housing properties across the state over the next 4 years, creating the world's largest virtual power plant. And the 129 megawatt hour battery was installed weeks ahead of the schedule and is estimated to provide a reliable electricity to up to 3,000 homes. So this is a pretty interesting story, and I think they did some of that down in Puerto Rico after the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
They converted a plant.
I think he should get in a medical thing to help us with our weight loss since he knows the answer to everything, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
He should.
Well, they're talking about Amazon helping out with some of the insurances, right? Amazon and another big company, was it Apple? You guys hear anything about that? Talking about creating their own healthcare.
Yeah.
They're talking about creating their own healthcare market or something like that, trying to maybe subsidize the federal government's healthcare. But who knows? These companies are getting so big now. They can potentially help out with some of that.
Amazon's everywhere.
Yeah, they're huge. I heard the Shark Damon John speaking on stage with Grant Cardone at his last event, and he had mentioned how the technology, whether like it or love it, but some of the impacts are for every job that Amazon creates, it deletes 4 other jobs.
Oh wow!
So you think about the impact of how we are swiping on a phone now, getting the food delivered to the house and things. So that was an interesting stat. When I saw that, I was like, wow, it's interesting when you think about that. All right, let's do a quick lightning round here.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. You're up first, Abe.
Get a news feed, read the headline, get involved, call your representative, and complain about net neutrality.
Net neutrality, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. Mike Sutton, CEO.
I have no wisdom, but would definitely encourage people to get involved with Habitat for Humanity. Visit our website, habitatpinellas.org.
Yep.
We're always looking for volunteers and supporters. And if not Habitat, just get involved with another organization. We have plenty of them in our area.
Yeah, absolutely. Get involved, volunteer some time, and be a force for good
donate
out
some
there.
properties.
Yeah, there you
Always
go.
need property.
Yeah, there you go. And Dr. Gil Mejia.
Yeah. So if you want to lose weight, but also want to improve your memory, your energy, your libido, your erection, your aches and pains, I'm your doc.
Yeah. So reach out. Office is convenient, located on Lineball, right in Tampa. Yep. So reach out, and I would also say, as my nugget of advice would be to slow things down. Take time to yourself, and look at, for example, we've got a relationship with Temple Float over in Pinellas County. Temple Float in Palm Harbor, really cool. If you haven't done these, you can go in. You float in a salt tank, and basically it's water with salt, and you just literally float. You can put on your favorite music. You can put on a guided meditation. You can do some prayer meditation. Slow it down. Take the time to slow down your life, and it's going to pay off dividends in your life and your business as well. So please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up leftover food, clothing you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Volunteer and get out there and help one another. And like us on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Twitter. And we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.